I'm Christopher Gannon, I'm 27 and I'm from Cardiff. I'm a little bit of a geek, I would say. I've got a Nintendo Switch, Xbox. I work a lot of hours usually. I'm a bit of a shoe collector, as you've seen. I love a bit of fashion. I go out, enjoy myself with friends, that kind of thing, really. When I lost my hair, I was 20. I realised when I basically had long hair, I had to do a shorter hairstyle. It got very thin. And then I realised at that point then I was having to shave it down to a number 1. It was very thin over. It knocked my confidence for 6. I was always wearing a baseball cap. You would not see me without a baseball cap. And if you did, you'd have to be very lucky. I wouldn't go out to bars because they wouldn't allow you to have a cap. So obviously going out was very difficult. I'd only go to certain places that were quite relaxed. And that's when I first realised, that it was a big issue for me, not having hair, basically. For a long time, the process of trying to fix that for me was using hair fibres to thicken your existing hair. So I managed to get away with that probably for around 2 years, to the extent that it was not noticeable. I then started to look more into sort of hair transplants, and that's kind of when I came along a hair system as an alternative. Hair transplants are just the cost, and when you read reviews about it not quite working, and then you think, well, I've just invested £5,000 or whatever it is, and it may not work. So from then I moved into hair system and read reviews on those. When I first started looking for somewhere else, it was a long process of sort of sifting through lots of different websites. Basically just doing a Google search and going through maybe 4 or 5 different companies. I first came across LordHair, probably the 3rd company I looked at online, and then from looking at their website, I did do reviews on all of them to kind of work out what would be the best. I also really liked the YouTube aspect. They had lots of videos, and they kind of showed their physical product in their hand, whereas a lot of these other companies didn't seem to show what they had as stock kind of thing. So for me, that was what drew me to LordHair. When I first looked at the LordHair website, obviously the process of the ordering system is very clear and concise, so it gives you a breakdown of what kind of colour hair, what style wave, the measurement section, so you order a bespoke system and you have to input all of that part yourself. The first time that the system arrived, so overall it took no longer than 8 weeks. I was pretty excited by it. I could track it from start to finish using the FedEx service that they provide, and that sort of drew me more to them, that I was actually able to see the progress of my hair arriving. It arrived and it was well presented, so I thought it was quite cute. It came in a little white box, red side, LordHair logo on it. It was well packaged. It had a nice grease-proof paper inside it. The hair looked really good quality. I opened it. It was still within its shape that obviously that they make sure it fits to, and just the overall quality of the Remy hair that I ordered was just really nice, really soft. It was perfect. My first hair system with LordHair was a bespoke. The customer service aspect of that was that I contacted them via WhatsApp initially because I just wanted to find out the process and how long it took, and they give you a WhatsApp contact customer service agent almost. Basically I speak to Helen on a regular basis about my hair systems, and every order that I do now is usually through Helen and any advice that I ask. So whether I want to change the stock system from a Q6 to a different one just to try it, this one now I'm got on is part of the skin base and lace, where I always went with lace, and that was under the advice of Helen, and I'd explain what difficulties I was having with the hair system. So the customer service aspect from LordHair has been amazing. I can contact them whenever I need to. It's only at the end of a text message or a call, and it's just been such an easy process. When I first looked at LordHair's website, I had no idea where the company was based. Originally looking at the website, I didn't think that it was based in China. I then discovered, going through the contact us section of the website, that obviously it was a Chinese company. My initial thought process was obviously this may not be as a good quality service, whether through fault of my own or not. However, on receipt of the actual item and going through the customer service aspect of it, it's just like blown any of that out the water. I mean, the service I've got is just the same as I've received from any normal UK-based company or any other company. I would say that, if not better. My routine for my hair system has always been the basic of cleaning the front myself. I do that every week. I live quite an active lifestyle, or at least my work is very active. We don't have aircon in work, so that's a big downside to everything. So the sweaty side of things comes into play. So I am cleaning the front all the time. The middle part of the hair, when you take the whole hair off, I do that also myself now. That was almost self-taught, so I was able to watch YouTube videos to do that. And I do get the help of my housemate and friend, who will literally do all of the rest of it for me, like place it on. It's usually quite an ordeal sometimes when you're like, gotta try and get it perfect. So, but yeah, the whole process I do all myself. My downtime, I spend a lot of time going for long walks. I live in Cardiff. It's not the best of weathers, so we get a lot of rain, lots of heavy wind. We are down by the water, so my favourite place to walk is down to the bay. It's a nice long walk along the barrage, and for people who probably wear wigs and things, it's a bit of a worry for those, but I don't have any of that with a hair system. The hold on a hair system is perfectly fine. I literally will survive more or less any weathers, I'm sure. I've never had any issues with it at all. The lifestyle changes that I've noticed most recently is that I've had more confidence to go to a gym, and more reason to go to a gym. Part of that is just from the fact that I don't even have to worry about my hair. The hair system holds perfectly fine whether I'm sweaty or whether I'm cold, so it's perfectly normal. I have even found that even going on holiday now a lot more, I'm more comfortable to go swimming. The hair system holds well in water. I was recently on holiday about 6 months ago and spent most of my time on a beach and swimming in the water, and I didn't even have to think or worry about the hair system lifting, or even the cleanup process being any more awkward than normal. So it was perfectly fine. Recommendations I've given to people, friends who have got hair loss issues, not even like massive hair loss issues, but just obviously where they're thinning. People have obviously asked about my hair and how I've gone about it, and I've recommended LordHair to people. Just mainly because of the speed, the quality and the service has been just exceptional from the start. The general public, as a rule, when they compliment my hair, I do tell people like this isn't real, because people do look at it and are just amazed, because they're just like, and I've had a few times where I've been in work and just like working along and someone said literally, oh, you've got lovely hair, and then I'm like, oh, this is not real, and they're like, what? And then people are like almost wanting to like tug at it and see why or how it's even possible. I do see like certain people on a regular basis, just like shoppers or whatever, and obviously they knew me before without hair. Now they see me with hair and they just think it's an amazing transition. Recommendations I've given to many people for LordHair now. Wearing the hair system for me has been pretty life-changing. Overall, it's allowed me to feel more comfortable in my skin, able to go out and do a lot more with people, and my clothing style changed. Everything was always based around a baseball cap, so my clothing was always baseball cap, what would go with it. Now it's what goes with my hairstyle, and people like LordHair have provided that for me, and it's just meant that I can do so much more with my life, and go and be who I want to be.